Hello everybody and welcome back to the Idiot's Guide to Hearthstone. I'm Stealwing33 and today, ladies and gentlemen, I've got kind of a stupid deck for you. A deck that I've been trying to make for a very long time. This is Discard Warlock. Discard Warlock is this deck's fucking stupid. It works, but I keep feeling like it shouldn't. I basically made a Zoolock deck, a close approximation to a Zoolock deck, and then took out a bunch of shit and replaced it with stuff that discards cards. So we've got, the Abusive Sergeants, Flame Imp. We got Malchezaar's Imp is the one that really opened the door for this to fucking work. Whenever you discard a card, you draw a card. It's a monstrous amount of card draw. You got Possessed Villager, Power of Overwhelmings, of course. Soulfire, discards a card, deals 4 damage. Voidwalker, good early game. Dark Peddler, need it so that I can generate extra cards, things like that. Tiny Knight Evil, gets +1/+1 whenever I discard something. Brand Brosbeard, good card. Darkshire Councilman, great card. Imp Gang Boss, good card. Silverware Golem, good card. Dark Iron Dwarf, all that stuff. This deck should work. I played around with like a hard discard deck where it was like all cards that just like discard cards and stuff like that. Didn't fucking work. But it's fine. We're up to rank 21. I played a little bit off camera and then stopped because I just did. I don't know. Hearthstone's the kind of game that I play, so I could play it till I lose twice in a row and then I stop playing. And that's what happened because I was doing a lot of deck testing. You guys probably noticed that there's Bolster Warrior on the horizon. That's a deck that I'm playing around with to see if maybe we can maybe we'll do something like that at some point. But I also have another funny idea that I'm actually really excited to try to get a chance to try out. And that's going to be a secret for now. But I'm interested in doing Bolster Warrior. I don't know if that's going to work at all. The nice part about a lot of these decks is they use a lot of adventure cards. Like, don't get me wrong, Possessed Villager is not an adventure card, I don't think. I think that's an Old Gods card. But we got stuff. We got stuff. He's gonna play Fiery War Axe, I bet. And I'm gonna get Fiery Wind Axed to death. We got Cthulhu Warrior. So the problem I've got right now, in general, is the fact that do I want to play Possessed Villager? Yes, I do. Let's play Possessed Villager. Bop that guy today. Is that I'm getting outclassed by a lot of these, like, nicer decks. So, like, Cthulhu Warrior is very popular, which is the deck type that this guy's playing. Well, I'm assuming, yeah, this is the only reason to put Beckoner of Evil in a fucking deck. That goddamn Raid Leader? Why would you do that? That's dumb. Let's go ahead and play Imp Gang Boss. Let me pop him in the face. There. Not a problem. Yeah, I'm just getting boxed super hard by like some of the more classic decks. The Cthulhu decks, a lot of the Old God decks are kicking my ass pretty bad. Which, sucks, but what are you gonna do, kind of a thing. Yeah, I was like, I hope he trades or goes face. He's going face. That's good. It's weird because we're playing way underneath my skill level right now, which is my fault for basically not playing at all during the last couple expansions. But I have been meaning to. Ooh, a Malchezaar's Imp. Let's go ahead. Let's hold on to our Malchezaar's Imp and we'll draw a card instead. Silverware Golem, good card. Good for this deck at least. Yeah, we're basically relying on the Zooier cards, like Imp Gang Boss, like a lot of our strong, high-value cards, to just generate value for us, so that way we can get free shit, basically. Like, I know that seems kind of dumb, but at a certain point, you gotta look the facts in the eye and ask yourself, when was the last time you ever played Power Overwhelming? The answer's never. I actually very rarely play. Well, actually, that's not true. I play a Zoo deck pretty regularly, and that Zoo deck's got tons of Power Overwhelmings in it. We're very close to getting the dream hand here. If I can get rid of this Power Overwhelming and the coin, and then whatever it is I draw next, and then play Doomguard, it'll discard Silverware Golem, which will put it on the field, and then it'll also discard Fist of Jaraxxus, which will slam it onto something. Both of those are good options. Like astoundingly good options. Soulfire, on the other hand, not so great to have right now. We will Soulfire this guy, and then just hope that it discards like Silverware Golem or something. There we go. That's good. Happy about that. And then we get the 3/3. Fabulous. And then we will destroy that, and then play Argus. There we go. Alright, that felt good. That was a good turn. If I draw another Silverware Golem, I'll probably coin out. Well, I'll probably if we draw another Silverware Golem or another Fist of Jaraxxus, I'll probably try to make a Dream turn go. Although our board's a little full right now, which, you know, isn't great, but what are you gonna do? Abusive Sergeant, actually useful. We actually are gonna, like, let's go ahead and do Power Overwhelming on our Imp and have him trade in. Pretty good. And then I'm gonna hold on to my Abusive Sergeant until we can draw Brand. Brand should be good. We got a Brand Bondsbeard in this deck. It's a lot of it's just because he's really good in Zooey type decks. Zooey type decks have a tendency to use a lot of like Battlecry minions, like Dark Peddler. We have you know, the Abusive Sergeants, the Defender of Argus, stuff like that. You just got to be careful playing like Doomguard into a Bronzebeard because it'll discard your whole hand basically, which can be, in this deck, actually not a bad idea, because you can get stuff like Silverware Golem can get discarded. You can get tons of card draw out of Malchezaar's Imp from that, which is good. But you'll end up losing stuff inevitably, which isn't great. For the War Chief. Look at me, I've got charge minions, man. At some point I want to do Charge Warrior. Just have nothing but minions with charge in the deck, and like the card Charge. Both of those sound like that sounds like a fucking stupid deck, but I love it. Let's go ahead and do Tiny Master of Evil. Coin. I am out of space. Soulfire my Imp. Gets rid of Fist of Jaraxxus. Play Doomguard. There we go. Alright, cool. And then fucking bash this guy in the face. There we go. Easy peasy. Alright, not a problem. The deck, that actually worked out better than I expected. I also BM'd like a motherfucker right there. I shouldn't have done that. That stuff always comes back to bite you, man. Karma's a bitch. So far, so good. We're doing alright. Discard Warlock, not the worst deck type ever. No, not anymore. It used to be real bad. The problem is you would burn your hand out real bad, and a lot of the cards that cause discards aren't worth losing a card for. I'm looking at you, Succubus. Doomguard's worth it because it's if you can control what you're losing, you can use it to make some plays. Soulfire also worth it, same reason. If you can control it, 4 damage to anywhere for 1's pretty good. Let's get rid of everything. I want to start with a Malchezaar's Imp, or I want to start with like not this. This is not what I want. I like that the Fist of Jaraxxus art has Archimonde on it, not Jaraxxus. Jaraxxus has red skin. Archimonde has blue skin. Which is weird because he's an Eridar, and the Eridar are supposed to have red skin from being Fel-infused Draenei, but whatever, it's not my business. The guy's also like 80 feet tall, but I don't know. Why, you know, the Warcraft universe doesn't make a terrible lot of sense. It's good stuff. Yeah, but we're doing great. We're doing great. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. If you are, leave some comments down below for what kind of decks you guys want to see me build. I'm probably by the seat of my pants right now until, like, you know, either some people tell me what to do, or, you know, get some traction and I get an influx of people telling me what to do. Like, I've got like 4 or 5 extra decks left to go. I want to remake my Dragon Paladin deck to include some of the newer cards. And it's going to require a complete overhaul because the deck was built during Blackrock Mountain, and it hasn't really been updated since. It works pretty well. It's like a hard control paladin that uses tons of dragons as finishing cards. It's gotten a couple of redos over time. In particular, like, you know, when we lost Shielded Minibot when GVG got phased out, I had to find new early game stuff to do, and I think I ended up using stuff like Annoyatron. No, I can't use Annoyatron, that's also GVG. I used something, I don't remember what it was. But then, like, you know, Old Gods gave me a couple new cards to drop in there, which were good. Let's go ahead and drop Dark Peddler. Get... Reliquary Seeker's good if this was like a true zoo deck. I'm gonna take it just because it is in theme, I guess, with the deck type. So we'll see if we can do it. And worst case scenario, I end up discarding it, and I'm not gonna miss it because Reliquary Seeker is a good card. Don't get me wrong; it works really well in my actual Brookfield Zoo deck. It's actually not bad, but it's not so great. Not so great in this deck in particular, I think. Let's go ahead and draw a card. We're just gonna ignore the Yeti, and we're gonna drop Reliquary Seeker, and we're just gonna ignore the Yeti in your face. And we'll use Doomguard to wipe it out next turn, and hopefully Doomguard doesn't discard my other Doomguard. I'd be pretty pissed. It's basically 1 out of 4, so it's got 25% chance to discard my other Doomguard. I guess it's got a 25% chance twice, technically speaking, because it rolls twice. But that number should now even be lower. So let's go ahead and discard this. Ended up with Silverware Golem and the Darkshire guy discarded, which kind of sucks, but whatever, we can't really do anything about that. Silverware Golem, not a bad card. 3/3 basically for free is pretty good. It's a 3/3 for 3, so it's actually, in my opinion, it's a decent card regardless. I always play by Magic rules, where if your stat total is twice your mana cost, you're probably in a good place regardless. Which is good, you know. Gurubashi Berserker. Gurubashi. Wait, what do we draw? Dark Iron Dwarf. A card that I am willing to lose. And we ended up losing it. Alright, that's fine. And we'll just keep going face here. Alright. We're really like zerging the shit out of this guy right now. The Fist of Jaraxxus is actually kind of working out. I was really hoping that they would discard both the Fist of Jaraxxus and I'd be able to keep my Dark Iron Dwarf. That would have been nice. But as it stands, it's not that big of a deal that we lost it, to be honest. If this guy was smart, he would ping his Gurubashi Berserker and then go face, or like find a way to ping it multiple times and then go face. Gurubashi Berserker, if you are not familiar, whenever it takes damage, it gets +3 attack. It's a good card, actually really good warrior. Warriors have a lot of ways of causing like small chips of damage to their own minions, which is good, you know, it's whatever. But yeah, I actually don't know what the card back for this month is. I'm like so disconnected from Hearthstone right now. I don't know, you know, I want to get back into it, and I used to have aspirations of getting like Legend and stuff, but it requires too much time, and like there's only like a select number of decks that can really get to Legend, and it's my problem with card games in general. I play them because I enjoy making decks and making silly, like, stupid decks like Discard Warlock or Dragon Paladin or some shit. Stuff that, like, doesn't actually work super great, but it's fun to play with regardless. You know, it's cool to... I discarded Power Overwhelming to get Power Overwhelming, so... There you go. What up, bud? It's fun for me to play decks like this. I did Demon Warlock one time, and that deck didn't work because the actually like decent demons all cause too much damage to you when you fucking play them. Felguard gives them a mana, or destroys one of your mana crystals or something. Terrible. Succubus discards a card for a 4/3 for like 3. Terrible. It's not enough to warrant losing a card for. Not in my opinion, at least. Doomguard's good. Doomguard's good. Infernal's good. The imps are all pretty good. You know, doing stuff about, you know, that kind of stuff. It can work. It might actually be better to do it now. Because there's a lot more ways to heal yourself in the game. You got that Reno Jackson hype. You got like you could use Tournament Medic to make the Warlock hero power free, stuff like that. There are options there now. It's something that I might actually visit at some point. I don't know if I'll ever actually like do that or not, but I don't know. We'll see. It's another deck type that could be put on the table. I used to do this. I used to do the show with my brother and my friends. Sir Finley might actually be pretty good here. Warlock hero power is really good, but I want to do the Jouster. I've got a lot of low HP creatures. I don't know if I want to lose my hero power though. We'll take Ardent Squire. Bop her in the face. I used to do a show with my brother and a bunch of my friends where we would do this, right? Like this show type, but with League of Legends, where we'd come up with like insane themes for stuff and just play it. We did like Batman villains. We've done a lot of stuff actually. It's something that I wouldn't mind doing again. Just because, like, you know, it's the kind of thing that, like, I enjoy shows like this, like, for myself, because it's always fresh. It's always kind of fun to see stupid shit like this work for some reason. This mage is taking fucking forever. But it's always fun to, like, do stuff like this, you know, because there are plenty of times where, you know, there are games where, you know, the deck doesn't fucking work or something, and you end up doing some silly shit, which is good. Yeah, I don't know. It's the kind of thing that I enjoy watching. It's the kind of content I like. So it's the kind of stuff that I, like, enjoy watching, and therefore will be the kind of thing that I enjoy making as well. Which is fun. Hey, look, it does. I wonder if this is what it's like to be a blacksmith in WoW. You just, like, slam your hand on an anvil over and over again until shit fucking changes. I'm really hoping that we can make really good use of the Darkshire Councilman. He always gets sniped down super hard. He's got a really crazy good body for a 3-mana creature. And then the effect of, like, every time you play something, he gets a better is real good. Again, in my Brookfield Zoo deck, that guy's real good. Because I have stuff like Forbidden Summoning and other things like that. I just got a lot of stuff that swarms the board real hard in that deck, which is good. So, you know, it's the kind of thing that I could get into it. Bada, bada, bada. There's a bonefish. Spinning your eyeball. Click. You want to fight? Let's fight. We fight. Frost Nova. That's a choice. Normally, so I don't know too much about playing Mage. It's my least favorite class in the game. But I do know that normally you use Frost Nova to set up like a Doomsayer play or something like that, or to stall it out. But like, we're a little early in the game to be stalling it out, man. You probably should have held on to that. I mean, you could have pinged my Voidwalker to death. He could have done a lot of stuff. Stuff I probably would have recommended in a normal normal setting. Not that I'd recommend it now, because fucking he's playing against me. I don't tell him what to do. Fuck this guy. But yeah. I don't know. I gotta look into like some new games to play. I know they're out there. I just haven't gotten around to really looking at any new games of late. I started playing GTA 5 on my PlayStation. Really enjoy the Grand Theft Auto series. When I was a kid, I never really got to play Grand Theft Auto because my mom was super anti-violence in video games. But you know, it's the kind of thing that I enjoy a little bit of the Grand Theft Auto. I think we win next turn, by the way, if this guy doesn't wipe my board somehow. Because he's got 15 HP. He can only take out one of my taunts unless he plays, like... He can't play Flame Strike because he doesn't have 7 mana. He'd have to Frostbolt my Councilman. If he Frostbolts my Councilman and takes out the Dark Peddler, it's not lethal anymore. Because we'd have 4, 6, 7, 12 damage. No, it's lethal regardless. There's nothing this guy can do. He's got to wipe my board. I don't think there's any cards in Mage other than Flame Strike that can do that right now. Or he's got to play like a monster taunt. This guy likes to take his fucking time. It really likes to take his time. I actually just finished leveling up my my Warlock in WoW to 100 yesterday. Which was fun. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed doing that. It was the kind of thing that, you know, it was fun. That had no discard in it whatsoever. I might have gone a little too zooey for this deck type. But the first couple of games had some real hard, you know, discardy type stuff going on in it. But that's going to do it for this episode. We won all the games today, so the discard Warlock clearly, the one that I built, seems to be doing pretty good. If you guys want a refresher on what that deck list looked like, feel free to pause the video here, take a look at it. It's pretty simple. It's just it's your generic Zoo deck. Zoo Warlock deck, but then I swapped out a lot of stuff with like discard stuff. Malchezaar's Imp, very important. Gotta do Karazhan to get Malchezaar's Imp, but it's a real good card. I'd really highly recommend taking it. It's good stuff. Alright, but that's gonna do it for this episode, so thank you all so much for watching. If you like what you saw, let me know. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date on when I post more videos. If you really like what you saw, leave a like. If you have any suggestions for any theme decks you'd want to see, leave them in the comments down below. I read all my comments, and I'll make sure to put them down on the list. Who knows, maybe I'll end up being next, and I'll give you a shout-out during that video. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!